Hello students, as you all know that right now we are studying the various branches of commerce and we have already studied about industry, and today we have to start with the next topic or the next branch, and that is commerce. So before learning from book, I would like to give you certain example. So the topic for today is commerce. Now in this chapter, from beginning till now, you have read about two things. Selling and buying. These are the two things which you have continuously read in this chapter. You know that selling and buying means exchange of goods and services, and that is done with the help of money. But do you think these things are sufficient to carry on a business? No. Suppose you are the producer. Producer means the one who produces goods in a factory or in a firm. Suppose you are the producer and your firm produces sugar. And you send the sugar from your city Meerut to Delhi. Now how you're going to send this? The question is this. You are a producer, you are producing sugar, you want to sell this sugar to the consumer who lives where? Who lives in Delhi. But how will you do this? What will you need, children? You will need transportation for this. Am I right? You will need some means of transport, like a truck or something that will carry the product from Meerut to the consumer who lives in Delhi. So this transportation is a part of commerce. In the same way, suppose you have produced sugar in a large quantity. Means the demand is not as much as you have produced. Because whenever goods are produced, they are produced in a large quantity more than the demand. Suppose the consumer has demanded only for 50 bags of sugar and you have produced around 150 bags of sugar. Now what you are going to do? 50 will go there, right? You still have 100 bags. What will you do with these bags? You will have to store these somewhere. And this facility of storage is provided by commerce. Commerce provides warehouses. Warehouses are like godowns. These are small buildings or godowns where you can store your goods so that the goods are not spoiled. In the same way, there are various other facilities which commerce provides. But the basic aim of commerce is to help or to assist in the buying and selling of goods and services. Now we are going to read from the book. Commerce is a wide term consisting of all those activities which facilitate the sale, transfer or exchange of goods and services. So without commerce, we cannot sell or transfer or exchange goods and services. So the basic aim of commerce is to ensure the supply of goods at the right time, at the right place and in the proper quantity. Alright, so our next topic for today is role or functions of commerce. Here you will read about certain hindrances. Now what do we mean by the word hindrance? Hindrance means problem. In a business, there are various types of problems, such as the first problem is given to you, persons. Now what is the problem related to persons? The problem is lack of contact. Lack of contact between producer and the consumer. The producer who is producing the good, he doesn't know where he is going to find the consumer who wants to buy his product. And in the same way, consumer also doesn't know from where he will get the product that he wants. So commerce helps in removing this hindrance of persons by means of trade. Because what happens in trade actually, in trade, goods are provided to the consumers in an organized market. In a proper market, goods and services are provided. That is known as trade. So commerce is removing the hindrance of persons with the help of trade. Then next is hindrance of place. Problem is place. Now, what the problem actually is here? Problem is to take the goods to the place where they are to be sold safely and quickly. Means goods should be taken in such a way that they are not spoiled or they are not lost during transmission or during transportation. Alright, such as there is no theft or there is no other loss or other damage. For this, commerce provides the facility of transportation. So transportation helps in removing the hindrance of place by taking the goods at the right place safely and quickly. Next hindrance is hindrance of time. Time is very important in any business activity. Alright, so as I told you just now, goods are produced on a large scale in anticipation of demand. Anticipation of demand means there may be demand in future for those goods. So we do not produce as much the demand is, we always produce more than the demand is. As I gave you the example of 50 bags and 150 bags of sugar. Even if the demand is for 50 bags of sugar, you will produce at least 150 bags. Means you have to keep in store something so that if the demand rises in future, you can overcome that demand. So how commerce helps in removing this hindrance of time? By storing the goods. And this facility is provided by commerce in the form of warehousing or storage, where goods are stored until they are sold to the customers completely. Next hindrance is hindrance of risk. Now there are two types of risk in a business. First risk is that the product might get damaged when it is transported from one place to another. This type of hindrance is removed by commerce with the help of packing or packaging, in which goods are packed in containers or such suitable packets which would prevent the product from spoiling. Right? As I showed you a jam bottle in my previous video clip. You saw there was a jar of glass and inside that the jam was packed. So that is known as packing. So packing will protect the product from damage. Other type of risk is risk of loss. Now how does risk of loss happen? Suppose there is a businessman and he is having a factory. And in his factory only he has a warehouse where he has kept his goods. And suddenly the fire breaks out. Alright, and all the goods are damaged and all his products are totally lost. Now what will he do? Where will he go for help? Because all his goods are lost. So that businessman in advance, he will take insurance policy for the goods. So whenever if such thing happens in future, he can get the premium or he can get the money from the insurance company and he can again start his business. So these are the two types of risks. One risk is removed by commerce with the help of packing or packaging and the other is removed with the help of insurance. Then fifth one is hindrance of exchange. Exchange means whenever you buy a good or you sell a good. I told you that there is a common medium of exchange and that is money. Alright, but when people live in different countries, suppose our country is selling to America, then what are we going to need? Or what the Americans will need? They will have to pay us in rupee. And if we are buying from them, we have to pay them in dollars. So how can that problem be solved? Commerce helps that removing the hindrance of exchange with the help of banks, because banks help in exchanging the currency and thus you can easily make the payments. And besides that, suppose a businessman, he has started a business but he does not have enough funds. Funds means enough money. Then what can he do? He can take loan from banks. So this hindrance of exchange is removed by commerce with the help of banks. Next hindrance is hindrance of knowledge. Knowledge means not knowing how to use a product or not knowing about the benefits of a product. Alright. So sometimes it happens that the consumers, they don't know the use of a product or the benefits of a product. Now, how can commerce remove that hindrance? With the help of advertising and sales promotion. You see different advertisements on television. Especially, suppose we are taking an example of water purifier. They show you how you have to use that water purifier. So they are telling about the use of the water purifier and also the advantages that you will have if you use that water purifier. All right. Sales promotion means when salesmen do door-to-door selling and they go to the house of people and they sell their products. That is a part of sales promotion. So these things, they help the consumers to know about the uses and the benefits of the product. Next topic for today is branches of commerce. Trade is a very big branch of commerce. Alright, trade basically means buying and selling of goods, and as we studied earlier, trade helps in removing the hindrance of persons. How? By establishing contact between producer and seller in a market. Next is transportation. Transportation, you all know, when we use certain vehicles for taking goods from one place to another. And which hindrance it removes? I just now told you. Yes, it removes the hindrance of place. Then next is warehousing. Warehousing means storing goods in a godown or in a storeroom. And warehousing removes the hindrance of time. Next, insurance. Insurance means these companies provide certain amount to those business person who have suffered a loss so that they can start their business again. Next is banking. Banking means it is financial institutions who provide financial help to businessmen and also help in exchange of currency. So these both, insurance helps in removing hindrance of risk and banking helps in removing hindrance of exchange. Advertising. Advertising means telling people about the uses and benefits of the product, and it helps in removing the hindrance of knowledge. And the last one is packaging. Packaging means keeping the products in a proper packet so that it is not spoiled. So this is the topic for today, and I hope you have understood it clearly. In the next class, we will study about trade, which will be the last topic in this chapter. The related notes have been provided to you. Learn the notes and write the notes in your registers or copies. Thank you.